There he is, the iconic, the legendary Curtis Sliwa, founder of the Guardian Angels. You can check him out every day on WABC Radio. Curtis and Juliet, 12 to 3 p.m. How you doing, my friend?
Not good.
What?
Gucci has culturally appropriated my red beret.
What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. All the fashionistas, right, in Milan and Paris and New York, they all had styling and profiling the red beret. They're selling them for $350, and they're not throwing no coin to the Guardian Angels.
Nobody's throwing off anything.
Not even the hairs of my chinny chin chin.
Okay, by the way, was it 1979?
1979, 40 years ago. Excellent.
And by the way, we're going into 2000 with this show as well. You had the idea because?
Oh, the crime. I mean, New York City had fallen into the abyss. Remember, massive cutbacks. We were on the brink of fiscal collapse. That was when Gerald Ford said, drop dead New York City.
Right.
We're not bailing you out. Ed Koch came in, and he couldn't hire anyone. In fact, he had to lay off cops, firefighters, teachers, social workers, and there were no cops in the subways. And I was running a Mickey D's up in the Boogie Down Bronx.
That's right.
This is when hip-hop came about. And I decided, you know what? I'm single. I'm able-bodied. I'm just going to basically brainwash my closing crew and have Ray Kroc pay extra overtime to them so they could come patrol with me, the number 4 train, the Muggers Express.
That's how it happened.
Yeah, Ray never knew that he paid for that startup.
Google Ray Kroc, you'll get it. Can we do some politics?
Sure.
But by the way, set up the show, describe the show every day so people can know what they're listening to on your show.
Well, unlike most talk radio, right, which is bombastic towards Trump, there's idolatry, you know, Trump, oh, it's the Mashiach. I hate Trump, and my partner, Juliet, hates Trump. Juliet Huddy.
But?
There's no buts there, so naturally...
Yeah, we don't trash the guy every day.
Not every day, but we take a beating. Because remember, I started out early on when he was the candidate, because I've known Trump. Yeah, I've had the love-hate relationship with him over the years. And I said, this is going to be the George Steinbrenner of American politics. He's a manic, he's a depressive, he's a screwball and a crackpot, but he's not intellectually stupid, like a lot of the people who are running against him. He talks the language that makes love to a lot of Americans' ears. They like that language. And that's how he got into the Oval Office. It wasn't necessarily Hillary's failings. He took a little bit of that WWE approach. He had the schmaltz. You know, he was an entertainer. He did the stand-up. And he said things that people wanted to hear. Unlike all the other politicians who would give you the mumbo-jumbo, you know, who were truly intellectually stupid.
So as we go into 2020, let the impeachment process play out.
Sure.
Let's make this more evergreen, if you will.
Sure.
Impressed by the field of Democratic candidates. We don't know what it's going to look like as we move forward. The caucuses will take place. There'll be the other primary, Super Tuesday. Impressed by the field?
I have no problem with the field. Bernie the Altacaca Sanders, right? He's the ultimate warrior. How he got into the Democratic Party when he's never been a Democrat is the miracle of all miracles, but he is consistent. Elizabeth Warren is sort of like his New Jack student. So you get a variety amongst the Democrats. You get the moderates, you get the extremists, and now you get the billionaires. You know, Bloomberg with his bloomy dollars. So
what do you think about Bloomberg?
Bloomberg, and I've known him well. I supported him for mayor. But there's a man who believes that every American has a price, and he can buy anybody or anything in America, and he's going to try to buy the presidency.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. This is not a man with a great ideology. Remember, he's vacillated from one side to the next. Oh, I need the Democratic line. I'll buy it. I need the Republican line. I'll buy it. I'm an independent. I'm for term limits, but not for me. I'll take an extra 4 years.
What about stop and frisk?
Stop and frisk. Oh, did he flip the script on that? Although...
Give people some history on that. Where was he?
Well, first off, stop and frisk was started when Rudy Giuliani first was elected. But it was used as a tool because you had guns running amok and homicides that were off the hook. By the time Bloomberg took over with his preferred police commissioner, Kelly, towards the end, it became a quota game. Imagine 1 out of every 8 New Yorkers in the final years of Bloomberg's administration was getting stopped and frisked. They weren't your color. They weren't my color.
That's right.
They were blacks and Hispanics. That was totally unnecessary. And then all of a sudden, he does the mea culpa, the mea maxima culpa.
I was wrong.
Just before he announces.
What's wrong with that, Curtis?
Oh, come on.
To say he evolved, he had new information, he saw the light. Well, yeah, no, you don't buy
It's
it?
called my pollsters told me I better do this if I'm going to win in the Deep South where there are predominantly black Democratic voters. And remember, you're going to have guys like Al Slim Shady Sharpton who are like vultures and buzzards, ready to go out there throughout America and warn everyone this is the guy who implemented stop and frisk.
Okay, remember, we're doing the show as we tape on December the 4th, 2019. Seen later. Let's play word association.
Sure.
Rudy Giuliani.
Rudy Giuliani, my kumbara cheats. What happened? He's going to bots. He's.
People don't know what bots means.
Oh, what he does? The Ukraine, the
mental
Ukraine.
capability right now.
It's like Don Quixote. He's swinging at the windmills, and they all say the Ukraine. Rudy, it's Russia, Russian collusion. Nothing to do with the Ukraine. This guy has all the furniture upstairs and now rearranged in the wrong rooms.
But that's not how you saw him when he was U.S. attorney.
Oh, no. When he was U.S. attorney, nobody locked up more mobsters choking on their lobsters and white-collar criminals from Wall Street than Rudy. Great mayor, gave the city a badly needed colonic. But ever since he's teamed up with Trump, they're the Siamese twins of conspiracy. They can't get enough conspiracy. They should be listening to late-night radio where you can hear that from A to Z.
Where's AM radio these days?
AM radio is active-minded. See, FM, you freaking morons, feeble-minded, fornicating madly, free marijuana, that's FM radio. AM, it activates your mind. It makes you think. And, nowadays, the trend is podcast. Everybody, you have a podcast, right? My plumber has a podcast. My dentist was doing root canal. He was telling me, I want you to listen to my podcast. You know what this reminds me of? In the 80s, everybody had to do stand-up comedy, right? Everybody was doing stand-up comedy.
That's what podcasts are?
Well, it's a trend. And notice, you can't even find a stand-up comedy joint anymore. Very few people are doing stand-up comedy. So there will be good podcasters who survive. But the mass majority of podcasts, hey, when do you have the time to listen to podcasts, right? You're working 2 jobs, right, just to make ends meet. You're multitasking.
I'm curious about this because you've not only survived but thrived in the media industry for a long time. You have a new owner over at WABC?
Oh, yeah, thank God he saved us. Or I'd have to be talking Mandarin, Chinese, Spanish, or Russian.
John Catsimatidis.
That's right.
Put this in perspective. Ran for mayor. Check him out. Businessman, business professional, entrepreneur in New York. Let me ask you something. You've never seemed to care much about management's, quote, point of view, who owns this, who owns that. Do you care when you're critical of Trump? Or whatever, who you're critical of, do you care what management thinks about your point of view?
No, because if I had to start processing it, then I'd be like a politician speaking with a 7-second sound delay. And remember, radio, which I love, is theater of the mind. I'm not going to change one person's point of view who's listening to News Talk Radio. They already come in with firm convictions. I got to entertain. I can inform them. But the likelihood is I'm not changing anybody's mind out there. Well, you have these pundits who come on and they pound the bully pulpit. And it's like, that's why I don't go to church. That's why I don't go to sessions with professors who put me to sleep. Because that's what a lot of talk radio does right now, is it puts you to sleep. Everybody sounds exactly the same.
You're not looking to change anyone's mind.
They mimic one another.
But you're not looking to change anyone's mind.
No. I'm looking to inform you of things you might not have known about and give you a good belly laugh along the way, because that's how you'll lighten up and you'll be more open to discussion, because it can be a very closed-minded world. I'm on the right, I'm on the left. Oh, we're not enemies. We're all Americans, right?
That's right?
We're supposed to be sharing ideas and enjoying one another's company.
So you understand what PBS is about?
Absolutely.
That's why we're here.
It's for the public.
Exactly.
Because if you go to commercial radio, all you get is Trump, 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 Trump.
Not here, my friend. Thank you, brother.
Very good. Pleasure.
This is Curtis Sliwa. Check him out every day on WABC 77. WABC from 12 to 3 with Juliet Huddy.
That's right, Juliet Huddy. And guess what?
Go ahead.
We're never Trumpers. Call me human scum, Mr. President, or Drek, I am, because I am not your sycophant, toady, or lackey.
That's Curtis Sliwa. I'm Steve Adubato. Stay with We'll be right back, I think. I think we're still on the air.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation. Funding has been provided by the Russell Berry Foundation, the New Jersey Education Association, Wells Fargo, Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, Georgian Court University, Summit City MD, the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, NJM Insurance Group, and by Fedway Associates, Inc. Promotional support provided by bestofnj.com and by NJ Biz. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.